Good evening, members of the class of 2022, your family, friends, board of directors, faculty and staff, and distinguished guests. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 121st commencement exercise in the 123rd year of Mercy College of Health Sciences. We are delighted that you could join us as we celebrate and honor our 2022 Mercy College graduates. We will begin our commencement exercise with the national anthem. Please rise and direct your attention to our nation's flag at the end of the platform. At the conclusion of the anthem, please remain standing for an invocation delivered by Father George Como, Mercy College priest officiant, and the recitation of the Suscipe of Catherine McCauley, led by Bo Bonner, Director of the Center for Human Flourishing.
Let us pray. Father, I have knowledge, so you will show me now how to use it wisely and find a way somehow to make the world I live in a better place and make life with its problems a little bit easier to face. Grant me faith and courage and put purpose in my days and who me how to serve you in effective ways, so my education, my knowledge, and my skill may find their true fulfillment as I learn to do your will. And may I ever be aware in everything I do that knowledge comes from learning and wisdom comes from you.
On the tradition of Mercy and Mother Catherine McCauley, Mercy being the title which it pleased Almighty God should be given to the Institute, He made her the instrument in founding. She used sometimes as recreation turn the conversation on the merits of that virtue, comparing it with charity and showing how peculiarly appropriate it was for the sisters and how often they were called to exercise it. The mercy of God, she would say, comes to our assistance and renders practical His charity in our regard. Mercy not only bestows benefits, but receives and pardons again and again, even the ungrateful. How kind and charitable and merciful, then, ought not the sisters of mercy to be? Please turn to page 2 of your commencement program and join me in reciting the Suscipe of Mother Catherine McCauley. My God, I am yours for time and eternity. Teach me to cast myself entirely into the arms of your loving providence with a lively, unlimited confidence in your compassionate, tender pity. Grant, O merciful Redeemer, that whatever you ordain or permit may be acceptable to me. Take from my heart all painful anxiety. Let nothing sadden me but sin, nothing delight me but the hope of coming to the possession of you, my God and my all, in your everlasting kingdom. Amen.
Thank you, Father George and Bo. Please be seated. It is said that a college's values are defined by those it chooses to honor. Today, we are privileged to honor one alumna of Mercy College for her dedication to the institution's values and her work and commitment to others. At this time, it is my honor to introduce Alyssa Thompson, alumna of the class of 2011 and chair of the Alumni Advisory Committee, to introduce us to this year's recipient of the Catherine McCauley Award for Professional Excellence.
Thank you, Dr. Kurtz. Good evening, and welcome to our graduates and their families and friends. Who's ready for a long graduation speech? No? No one? Okay. Just kidding. Incidentally, though, funny story, my students don't even know this, who are sitting right here, I see them. I was in your very spot 11 years ago today. Popped up on my Facebook memories. I do want to take a brief moment of our time together to honor a very special individual who's been involved with the college much longer than I have. This individual has been waiting 2 years to receive this award in person, so I'm very humbled to be presenting this to her. As Dr. Kurtz said, my name is Alyssa Thompson. I'm a faculty member in the Physical Therapist Assistant Program and the chair of the Alumni Association Advisory Committee. On behalf of the committee, I welcome all of our graduates into the Alumni Association. We're proud of all that you have accomplished. Tonight, I'm here to present the Catherine McCauley Award for Professional Excellence. This award is named for Sister Catherine McCauley, who established the Sisters of Mercy. The award honors the legacy of Catherine McCauley as demonstrated through service, contributions, and professionalism from our Mercy College alumni. Tonight's honor was actually awarded to an exceptional individual in 2020. However, due to the pandemic, she has not been able to receive this recognition in person. I'm thrilled we finally get the opportunity. The 2020 Catherine McCauley Award recipient is Mrs. Rhonda Heim. Rhonda graduated from Mercy College, which was then the Mercy School of Nursing, in 1973 with her diploma in nursing. She returned to the classroom later in her career to complete her Bachelor of Science in Nursing in 1994. It took Rhonda 3 years to complete her diploma program and 10 years to complete her bachelor's program. Rhonda said she took so long on her bachelor's because she didn't want to go into debt, and in her words, she actually wanted to learn things this time. When Rhonda was working on her diploma, she was living in the dorms. At that time, tuition, room, and board cost approximately, are you ready? $1,000 annually. I know, doesn't that sound nice? However, Rhonda was quick to point out to me that she only made $2.60 an hour starting out as a nurse, and that was with her evening differential. In her time in the dorms, Rhonda would save her late-night study snacks, which were part of her board, for her then-boyfriend, now husband, Kevin. Rhonda and Kevin are still together today, happily married for the last 50 years, so I guess her sneaking in food worked out okay. Following graduation, Rhonda began a distinguished career at Mercy. She worked at Mercy for 45 years. She was an employee when the towers were built. Rhonda chose to work for Mercy because she was able to do bedside nursing. In many facilities at that time, the nursing staff were primarily responsible for charting and rounding with the physicians, and the aides and orderlies did more of the direct patient care. Rhonda always knew her calling was to be with her own patients, so the availability of the bedside nursing model was very appealing to her. Beyond her nursing career, Rhonda was also a clinical instructor for the Mercy College nursing program. She spent the last 5 years of her career in full-time nursing instruction. She loved engaging with students and the nurses she mentored throughout the years, or her baby nurses, as she affectionately calls them. Rhonda retired in 2016. Since retiring, however, her service to Mercy College has continued in many roles. She has been a member of the Alumni Advisory Association Committee forever, in her words, most recently serving as our prior chair for 3.5 years. She continues to serve as an active member of the committee, mentoring new members and providing great historical context for the group. Rhonda continues to demonstrate professionalism, service, mentorship, and dedication in every interaction she continues to have with Mercy College employees and students. If you ever have the honor of seeing her on campus, take advantage of the opportunity to talk with her. She's quite an exemplary person. Rhonda, on behalf of the Alumni Association Advisory Committee, it's my privilege to present you with the Catherine McCulley Award for Professional Excellence. Would you please honor us with your presence on the stage? Let's get one more big round of applause for Rhonda.
To continue our commencement exercise, it is my pleasure to introduce Dylan Yeager to deliver a student address. Dylan will graduate with his Bachelor of Science in Nursing from Mercy College of Health Sciences. Originally from Medford, Oregon, Dylan earned his Associate of Applied Sciences in Paramedic Medicine from Rogue Community College. He was then drawn to Des Moines, where he heard of the Mercy College's Accelerated Bachelor of Science in Nursing program and the 12 short months it would take to earn his degree. When not consumed with studying and working, Dylan says he likes to rock. He plans to work as a nurse in the emergency department at Mercy One after graduating. Welcome, Dylan.
Hello, everybody. It's one page, promise. Good evening. For those of you that don't know me already, my name is Dylan Yeager, and I'm a soon-to-be graduate of the ABSN program of the fall 2022 cohort. I'm excited to be here because it only means one thing. We're really close. My family and I arrived here in August of last year, a few weeks before the first term started, and it was hot and humid, and then it got cold and windy, and no one told me, and now I want somebody to explain why. A little bit about me. I've been in healthcare for on and off for about 14 years, starting in the Navy where I was a hospital corpsman. I worked in hospitals and overseas with the Marines. I deployed to Afghanistan where I had the privilege to provide care to my brothers in arms and to the people of Afghanistan. When I left the service, I went to school to be an EMT and paramedic. And after 6 years on an ambulance, I decided that I wanted a career change and I felt that nursing was the most appropriate step. So here I am. I transplanted my wife, who's very loving and kind and understanding, my daughter, from Oregon to here in Iowa. You've all been nothing but welcoming and kind. A term that I have learned during my time here at AMCHS is servant leadership. At first, I was not fully clear of what that meant, but I think I'm starting to understand. On my first night of boot camp, after all the yelling had ended, my RDC, which is essentially a drill instructor, told us, what you're training for here is to get out there and relieve the people who have been holding the line. Other healthcare providers and the patients that we care for who need us the most need servant leaders now more than ever, and we need to be there for them to hold that line. Because what we are training for is important. We are being given the opportunity to truly help people and make a positive impact on people's lives when they are vulnerable and they need us the most. Very few people are given that opportunity, and it's very special. After we complete our training, we are going to be placed in positions that some of us could have never have imagined. We will be in pivotal and critical times of our patients' lives. Some of us may be there at the beginning because you're an OB nurse and you're weird. And some of us may be at the end. Either way, we're there, and that is huge. The impact that we can make will have an everlasting effect on the people that we encounter. And to me, nothing is better. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dylan. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce Sarah Turnbull. Sarah will graduate from Mercy College of Health Sciences with her paramedic certificate. Sarah previously attended Central College, where she earned her Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Secondary Education before a series of life circumstances prompted a career change and brought her to Mercy College. She currently lives in Pella, Iowa, where she enjoys pursuing her interest in photography and attending the activities of her 3 busy teenagers. When she graduates, Sarah plans to serve as a paramedic on an EMS team. She would like to thank her instructors at Mercy College for her excellent education and her family for their profound patience and support through her program. Welcome, Sarah.
Good evening. 22 years ago, I was preparing for my first college graduation, my degree, secondary education. A bit of a stretch from my current paramedic degree, I suppose. I should add that back then, I would pass out at the sight of blood. 2 incidents in particular come to mind. First, watching my brother get stitches and finding myself being coached by a nurse to sit down and put my head between my knees. On another occasion, our dog needed stitches at the vet, and guess who ended up feeling queasy? In fact, my husband had our dog back in the truck after his procedure and had come back in to retrieve me from the bathroom. True story. I'm gonna make a great paramedic, don't you think? Really, nobody bleed in the ambulance and we are all okay. So how did I get here today? Reflecting on the mission of Mercy College, one could say I have that thirst for knowledge. Or perhaps it's another element of the college's mission, compassion. Like many of you, I feel that I have a heart for others and strive to meet others where they are at in their life. I'm guessing many of us share these traits of desiring knowledge and imparting compassion on those through the health careers that we have chosen. Knowledge and compassion are both very important aspects in our future health careers. So we have the compassion, we've been blessed with the knowledge we need to be a nurse, medical assistant, radiology tech, and etc. So now what? The blessing of being a non-traditional student is that I have learned a little more about life since I was 20 years old. So I would like to share a couple things that I feel are important for the next part of our journeys. The first word is resilience. Resilience is a never give up attitude. Perhaps it's advocating for your patient when you see there's a need and helping to make that happen for that particular patient. During my clinicals, I held great respect for the nurses who came to their floor of primarily COVID patients and put their best foot forward for those very sick patients. I admired their tenacity and grit to do their very best for their patients, knowing the likely reality for some of them. Maybe being resilient for you is adapting to your personal life circumstances, making the daily choice to put one foot in front of the other and conquer the day. You see, my journey from education to EMS has involved various scenic routes and sometimes roadblocks. And through it all, I feel that it's a refining process. Just like a diamond is created under pressure, it's my hope that we become better human beings from the trials of life. Our second child, Stella, was diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy, the child form of Lou Gehrig's disease, when she was just 1 month old. And we were told to take her home and love her. There's nothing you could do. As you can imagine, my life goals took a bit of a detour. Being told that your beautiful daughter will live weeks or months with a rare condition will do that to you. I went from a working mom to a medical mom, continually navigating the next best steps to give my child the best quality of life. I had to learn resilience. Life became a roller coaster of extreme ups and downs, a house full of medical equipment, appealing insurance claims, so much advocacy, and lots of EMS calls. Instead of teaching, I was once again a student, this time a student of medicine with one goal, to save my own child. I performed CPR on my child when she was just 2 months of age. She was trached and on a ventilator permanently at the age of 3. At times, my husband and I were forced to make tough medical decisions that no parent should ever have to make. Our sons grew up celebrating their holidays and birthdays during hospital stays. I still recall when my husband jokingly asked me how much I enjoyed my 30th birthday present, a Mercy One helicopter ride with my daughter to the hospital. So often on our journey, people would say, "How do you do it? How do you face days of uncertainty?" I will tell you why. Because I have hope and joy. Hope is sleeping at your daughter's bedside for weeks as she fights for her life with everything she has and miraculously returns home. Joy is counting your blessings as you get to tuck all 3 children into bed at night. Joy is watching your daughter drive her power chair in a Special Olympics race for the first time and then turn to see her brothers at the finish line jumping up and down, holding signs and cheering their sister to the finish. Joy that your child has been able to give hope to future patients with SMA through advocacy for newborn screening, knowing that every child in Iowa is now tested at birth for spinal muscular atrophy. Joy in answering God's call to EMS so that I can help others just as others have helped us, first as an EMT and now as a paramedic. And no, blood does not make me pass out anymore. Joy is experiencing many miracles, one being that Stella turned 15 years last month. And she's here today celebrating this graduation with me along with my husband and one of our sons. So perhaps you have your own stories that have taken you on the long but sometimes scenic routes of life. If you haven't, you surely will. And on those days, I would encourage you to embrace the notions of resilience, hope, and joy. Never lose hope. Attempt to find joy despite the journey. One thing I remind myself on tough days is that someone always has it worse than me, and there's always something to be thankful for. When I remind myself of this, it makes the current situation just a little easier to navigate. And do you know who my greatest, most unexpected teacher of these principles has been? My own child. If she can do hard things, we can too. Stella continues to amaze us through not only her physical strength to endure some of life's biggest medical obstacles, but her never give up attitude. When I was trying to talk myself out of going to paramedic school because I didn't know how I could possibly fit it back into my life, I quickly reminded myself that if she could do what she does on a daily basis, I could finish paramedic school. And here we all are. Maybe you have juggled more than one job, family commitments, clinicals, and classes. You should be proud of that achievement in and of itself. With the educational foundation that we have achieved, we now stand in faith that we can discern our next steps as we open new doors presented to us. So as an unknown author said, expect the unexpected, believe in the unbelievable, achieve the unachievable. I wish you the greatest joy on your next life journey. Thank you, congratulations, and God bless.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Dylan. To continue our commencement exercise, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Richard Deming to deliver an address to our students. Dr. Richard Deming is a medical director of the Mercy One Cancer Center in Des Moines, Iowa. He received his Bachelor of Science from South Dakota State University, go Jackrabbits, and his medical degree from Creighton University. Dr. Deming is known in the community for the compassionate care he provides cancer patients and their families. He is involved in many national, state, and community organizations and is the recipient of numerous awards. He was awarded the Lane Adams Award by the American Cancer Society for excellence and compassion in patient care. He is the recipient of the 100 Award by Massachusetts General Hospital for his work with cancer survivors. He was awarded the Iowa Cancer Champion Award for his tireless efforts in the field of advocacy. He received the Iowa Star Award from the Des Moines Register for making a measurable difference within the community and improving the quality of life for Iowans everywhere. He was awarded the St. George National Medal by the American Cancer Society for leadership in reducing the burden of cancer. Dr. Deming is also the founder of Above Plus Beyond Cancer, a nonprofit organization dedicated to elevating the lives touched by cancer. Dr. Deming has led cancer survivors on medical missions and inspirational mind, body, spirit pilgrimage to Mount Everest, Mount Kilimanjaro, and Machu Picchu. He is inspired by the courage and compassion of his patients and their families. His greatest ambition is to encourage others to pursue lives of meaning, purpose, passion, and compassion. Dr. Richard Demings, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. President Leahy, Provost Kurtz, Dean Willard, Associate Provost Marr, Dylan, Sarah, distinguished guests, and most importantly, graduates. It is my pleasure to be here this evening, but you know what? You guys don't need me. The words of wisdom coming from Dylan and from Sarah are just tremendous. So Dylan, I was a Navy doc for 9 years. Thank you for your service as a corpsman. And Sarah, your words of wisdom about hope and joy, you guys don't need to hear anything more. But I'm here, and there's a speech in front of me, so it's really an honor to be here. You know, someone much wiser than me said that anybody getting up in front of a group of people should have a little message tucked in the right pocket and the left pocket. And in one pocket it says, "You are special. This is your day, and there is nothing you can't accomplish." And in the other pocket, a message that says, "You are nothing more than a speck of dust in the universe, and when you're gone, no one will know that you were here." Ironically, both are true, and both are important, and both can teach us a bit about life. So what can they tell us about the meaning of life? You know, it tells us I am special, but yet this isn't about me. I'm impermanent, I'm independent, but I'm an individual linked with all of the rest of the universe. So let me just share a little bit of the insights that I have learned from my patients and their families along the years. What started off for me as a career in medicine truly has morphed into a ministry of healing. You know, I'm trained as a radiation oncologist. I know how to meticulously deliver high-energy X-rays to tumors, but I don't define myself as a tumor treater. I'm someone who cares for patients and their families. A doctor-patient relationship, a nurse-patient relationship, anyone involved in care, it's a human being caring for a human being. And that is the essence of humanity. I learned a lot of stuff. in the classrooms at South Dakota State. Go Jackrabbits. At Creighton. Go Blue Jays. I mean, I really did learn a lot. But I can tell you that I've learned a whole lot more about life from my patients and their families than I ever did sitting in a classroom. And what I want to share with you today are life lessons. It's not about me, it's about what I have learned from my patients and their families. So I'm a cancer doctor, and today is a day for celebration, and some people might think, why did someone have to bring cancer to the party? And I have to confess, I don't know how to speak, how to think, how to even conceptualize about life without sharing some of the lessons that I've learned from cancer. Yes, there's a lot of scientific knowledge you can learn from cancer. You can learn cell biology and cytogenetics and pharmacodynamics and apoptosis, and you can learn the power of the scientific method. But first and foremost, what cancer teaches you, what cancer reminds you, is that you are mortal. I'm sometimes criticized for bringing the specter of death to conversations when I talk about cancer. I know that we've made tremendous strides in taking care of cancer. In the 1950s, if you said you were a cancer survivor, it meant you were the surviving spouse of someone who died of cancer. Today, there are over 19 million cancer survivors in the United States. In my lifetime alone, the cure rate for cancer has doubled. But yet, we haven't come far enough. In 2022, 600,000 Americans will die of cancer this year. When you or a loved one is diagnosed with cancer, it's like being hit by a 2x4 up the side of the head. It reminds you of two things you already know, but desperately try to forget every day. It reminds you, number one, that you are going to die someday. And it reminds you, number two, that you don't know when that's going to happen. So what do? You gather a team about you, you learn all you can, and you begin that journey like up a mountain, one step at a time, with hope and optimism, and finding joy along the way. And you also learn a lot about suffering and compassion in the way. So what wisdom does cancer bring to the table? It brings to this arena, to this celebration, the knowledge that life is a blessing, that today is sacred, and that today is worth living. If diamonds were as plentiful as grains of sand, they would be worthless. If you and I lived forever, wasting a day of our life would be trivial. But it's because we don't live forever that today is special. Steve Jobs, after he was diagnosed with cancer, and after he knew with near certainty that he would die of cancer, said, "Remembering that I will be dead someday is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or fear of failure, all those things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you're going to die someday is the best way to know, that I know, to avoid the trap of thinking that you have something to lose. You're already naked. There's no reason not to follow your heart. Your time is limited, so don't waste it on someone else's life. Have the courage to follow your own heart and your own intuition." When I was introduced today, they talked about Above and Beyond Cancer, a not-for-profit cancer organization that I founded to take cancer survivors and family members on mind-body-spirit journeys to the summits of mountains. And I want to share with you a few of the people who've accompanied me on those journeys. Kathy was 52 years old when I first met her. She was diagnosed with neurofibromatosis as a child, thousands of tumors everywhere in her body, mostly benign. 3 years before I met her, one of those benign tumors had turned into a neurofibrosarcoma, of her forearm. She had it removed, and within 9 months, the tumor recurred. She had more surgery and radiation. Her left arm didn't quite work right. We sort of had to use an ace bandage to attach it to the hiking pole. She'd also, 8 years before, had one of her knees replaced. Her balance was very poor. Her vision was very poor. And she was deathly afraid of heights. All the attributes you want in a mountain climbing partner. Kathy fell down more times than I can count. But as you know, it's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up. And Kathy got back up one more time than she fell down and made it to the top. Teresa was 42 years old when she was diagnosed with breast cancer in both breasts simultaneously. She had bilateral mastectomies, lots of chemotherapy, reconstruction. 8 years before her breast cancer surgery, she'd had her entire colon removed for ulcerative colitis. 12 years before her surgery, she'd had a total hip replacement. Not a mountain climber, never had climbing Mount Everest on her bucket list. She wanted to be part of this journey, to be part of something bigger than herself. And early on in the journey, she realized there was only one person on the journey that was slower than she was, and that was Kathy. And she learned that she derived great joy from helping Kathy up as they both summited together. Steve was 70 years old with incurable cancer when he joined us on the trip to Kilimanjaro. Not only did he have incurable cancer, he had 2 knee replacements and 1 hip replacement and had never been on a mountain, yet he made it to the summit. So what do these cancer survivors have in common? Well, number 1, none of them are mountain climbers. Number 2, none of them had climbing mountains on their bucket list. They were on this journey because of cancer. They were not on this journey in spite of their cancer diagnosis. They were on the journey because of their cancer diagnosis, and more specifically, because of the courage and the confidence they gained in their cancer journey to accept this challenge. They did not know if they could climb a mountain, but they knew that trying to climb the mountain was going to provide them incredible, transformative power. You know, at this point in my talk, people often say, gee, I wish I had cancer so I could do something like this. That's not the moral of the story. You don't have to have cancer to get off your butt, start college, and get a college degree, or do any one of a number of things in life. So just so you don't think having cancer is an objective in life, here are the lessons that I've learned from my patients and their families. Number 1, none of us is as good as all of us. There's not a single thing that any one of you has ever done all by yourself that's worth a hill of beans. Anything that is truly important and meaningful was accomplished by having a team, a group doing it together. Number 2, adversity leads to personal growth. When everything is going just fine, you don't learn much about yourself. It's when things are difficult and challenging, you find what you are capable of. If you're not reaching above and beyond what you think you can attain, you'll never be able to reach your potential. You know, most people are familiar with the concept of post-traumatic stress. You go through a difficult time without support, you come through that difficult time not even being able to deal with normal stress. But what is much more common is the opposite and positive, post-traumatic growth. You go through a difficult time with support, and you come through that difficult time with actual growth and with the understanding of your own strength. I would say that cancer doesn't give you strength. Getting a college degree doesn't give you strength. It allows you to find the strength that is already deeply hidden within you. And knowing that you have that strength, that is resilience. Number 3, courage is grace under pressure. Courage is not the absence of fear. Fear is a good thing. Fear says, hey, pay attention. There's something dangerous here that could hurt you. Courage can be a source of inspiration ingenuity and creativity. Fear is something that is very valuable. Courage is recognizing the fear, but moving forward anyway with calculation, with creativity, with ingenuity. Number 4, suffering leads to compassion. So as I was climbing Kilimanjaro with my friend and cancer survivor, Monsignor Bagnano, we were riffing on this idea about the relationship between suffering and compassion. And Father Frank says, well, Doc, if you spoke Latin, you wouldn't be amazed by this relationship. The word for pain in Latin is passion, as in the Passion of Christ. And the word compassion in Latin literally means with one's suffering. So it's actually suffering that allows us to recognize suffering not only in ourselves, but our suffering allows us to recognize suffering in others. And not just recognize suffering, but compassionately reach out to help alleviate suffering. And the good thing about reaching out with compassion and alleviating suffering is it gives you this great sense of joy and fulfillment. You know, it's just like a hug. It works in both directions. Or as the Dalai Lama said, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Number 5, having a higher purpose is a secret weapon to success. So before I started going with cancer survivors to the summits of mountains, I did a lot of adventure travel, which is a lot of fun, and it's about, you know, kind of these personal goals of going further, farther, faster, and higher. But when you are on a climb with cancer survivors together with this higher purpose, oh my gosh. When the Drake football team climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, they had a 75% success rate. Nothing against the Drake football team. The last time I took 39 individuals, including 5 people with incurable cancer, 3 over the age of 70, 38 of 39 made it to the summit. Not because we're stronger, but we had a higher purpose. Number 6, live today with passion. George Bernard Shaw wrote, "This is the true joy in life, the being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, the being thoroughly worn out before you're thrown on the scrap heap, the being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. Give life your all. We have only moments to live. Live every single moment. Don't let a single moment go by." Here's what cancer teaches us. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. We all know thousands of people that want to live forever and don't have a clue what they could do today to bring joy to their lives or to others. Bring hope and joy, not only to your life, to others. As a graduate of Mercy College, I hope you're going to use your specialness to elevate not only your own personal life, but all of humanity. May the brightness of your mind's light help illuminate not only your own pathway forward, but help illuminate the pathway of others. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
Good evening. While all graduates here today have earned the ultimate prize, the attainment of a degree or professional certificate, many students are also receiving special awards and recognition for their commitment to upholding Mercy College's core values of knowledge, reverence, integrity, compassion, and excellence. These individuals have demonstrated outstanding dedication to the college and the Des Moines community. A description of commencement awards is included in the commencement program, where individuals are also recognized by name. Mercy College recognizes the achievements of its graduates by awarding the following commencement honors. Purple cords recognize student leadership and are given in recognition to student leaders' contribution to Mercy College student organizations. At this time, I ask those students who have received a purple honor cord to stand and be recognized. Congratulations to the students who have received this honor. You may be seated if you have not already. Mercy College is proud Mercy College is proud to be recognized as a military-friendly campus. Red, white, and blue cords are awarded to students who have selflessly, thank you everyone, served our country in recognition of their service to the United States of America. We are grateful for their service and honored they chose to advance their careers here at Mercy College. Will the students receiving this honor please stand and be recognized? Congratulations to these students. Please be seated. Next, we congratulate those students who are graduating with academic honors. These students have received gold cords to recognize their outstanding academic achievements. Congratulations to those students graduating cum laude with a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to 3.649, honors for associates and certificate candidates. Students graduating magna cum laude do so with a cumulative GPA of 3.65 to 3.799 for high honors for associate and certificate candidates. Finally, we honor those students graduating summa cum laude with a cumulative GPA of 3.8 or above, or highest honors for associate and certificate candidates. With students graduating with these academic honors, please stand. Thank you, and you may be seated. Congratulations to all our students who have obtained these academic honors. We are proud of the hard work and dedication that you have shown to your studies during this time at Mercy College. It is an honor to recognize you in front of your friends, your family, your peers, faculty, the president, and board of directors of Mercy College of Health Sciences. You should be proud of your accomplishments, and along with all graduates, we celebrate you and wish you lifelong success. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Dean Richardson. Next, I invite Bo Bonner, Director of the Center for Human Flourishing, and Father George, Mercy College Priest Officiant, to come forward for the blessing of the hands.
Anointing with oil has long been practiced by various civilizations as a special sign, both medically and religiously, a time-honored practice of healing and of blessing. On one hand, ancient healers would apply oils to promote the recovery of their patients from various ailments. On the other, communities have anointed those with special callings both spiritually, civically, and professionally to set them apart for their unique tasks. The practice of anointing the hands of our graduates is a tradition here at Mercy College of Health Sciences, one by which we join our heritage bringing healing and mercy to a world desperately in need of both. At this time, I invite Father George to return to the podium and offer a blessing over our graduates and all those who serve in healing ministries. It is our hope that as our graduates go forth today and begin their careers, they will do so with this tradition of compassion and mercy in mind. Would the graduates please stand?
Blessed are you, Lord God of mercy, who through your Son gave us a marvelous example of charity and a great commandment of love for one another. Send down your blessings upon these your servants, who so generously devote themselves to helping others. When they are called on in times of need, let them faithfully serve you in their neighbor. We ask this through Christ our Lord.
Thank you, Father George, and thank you, Bo. Dr. Marr and Dr. Williard, I ask you to continue our commencement exercise with the formal presentation of degree and certificate candidates to Mercy Colleges of Health Sciences Interim President Thomas Leahy. Dr. Marr, please lead us in the presentation of the degree and certificate candidates.
Yeah, please be seated. President Leahy and members of the Board of Directors, on behalf of the faculty and myself, it is my privilege to present the following degree candidates. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Administration and Health Science please stand and come forward? Whitney Addison Edler, Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Administration, summa cum laude. Jennifer Marie Lamica, Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Administration, summa cum laude, Service Learning Honor Cord. Iris Nohemi Pikama, Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Administration. Irma Sadikovic, Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Administration, cum laude. Carlos Francisco Anayo, Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Science. President Leahy, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who complete the requirements for the baccalaureate degrees in Healthcare Administration and Health Science. Next, it is my privilege to present the following associate degree candidates. Will the candidates for the Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Physical Therapist Assistant, Radiologic Technology, and Surgical Technology please stand and come forward? Mia Belizia, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Emma Ann Fletcher, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, High Honors, Clinical Award. Justine Renee Friend, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Highest Honors, Alpha Eta. Ashley Kiana Golickson, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Shaquita Jamalia Jones, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Highest Honors, Peer Mentor Award, and Outstanding Student Award, Alpha Eta. Jacqueline Kingman, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, High Honors. Cynthia Lemke, Associate of Science, Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Highest Honors, Peer Mentor Award, and Service Learning Honor Cord. Jordan Marie McCann, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Honors. Lindsay Marie Mion, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Honors and Outstanding Student Award. Asal Haidar Raouf, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Honors. Abby Ivana Pongburn, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Micah Wheely, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Highest Honors, Service Learning Award. Haley Jade Yoder, Associate of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Clinical Award, and Honors. Kylie Scott Coles, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant. Elizabeth M., Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant. Stephanie Christine Phillips, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant. Madeline J. Bacon, Associate of Science in Radiological Technology, High Honors Clinical Award. Haley Hildreth, Associate of Science in Radiologic Technology, Highest Honors, Outstanding Student Award, and Alpha Eta. Alexis R. Lethko, Associate of Science in Radiologic Technology with Honors. Katie Nicholson, Associate of Science in Radiological Technology. Caitlin Renzi, Associate of Science in Radiologic Technology. Amber Rose Rickers, Associate of Science in Radiologic Technology. Carly Ann Shanks, Associate of Science in Radiologic Technology. Blake Forrest Van Loon, Associate of Science in Radiologic Technology, High Honors, JCERT Certificate of Excellence. Emily Ray Hamlin, Associate of Science in Surgical Technology. President Leahy, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who completed the requirements for the Associate Degree in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Medical Assisting, Physical Therapist Assistant, Radiologic Technology, and Surgical Technology. Finally, it is my privilege to present the following candidates. Will the candidates for the Certificate in Medical Assisting, Medical Laboratory Science, and Paramedic please stand and come forward. Rosa Angelica Banda, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Certificate Honors. Emily Marie Bemis, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Certificate High Honors. Kendall Carolyn Brunell, Certificate in Medical Assisting. Ashley M. Donovan, Certificate in Medical Assisting. Stacy Lynn Edwards, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Associate of Science in Medical Assisting, Highest Honors and Outstanding Student Award. Carolina Idanya Gushin, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Associate of Science in Medical Assisting, highest honors with the Service Learning Honor Cord. Connie S. Hill, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Certificate Highest Honors. Laura Ann Hollenrake, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Certificate High Honors. Mackenzie M. King, Certificate in Medical Assisting. Daniel Lee Knapp, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Certificate Highest Honors. Sadie Rose Lunsford, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Certificate Highest Honors. Ashley Nicole McBride, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Associate of Science in Medical Assisting. Beatriz Prado Jimenez, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Certificate Highest Honors. Lorena Schofield, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Certificate Honors. Amy L. Shaw, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Certificate Highest Honors. Jennifer Jean Simmons, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Certificate Highest Honors. Michaela Page Young, Certificate in Medical Assisting, Associate of Science in Medical Assisting. Mu Girl Lay, Certificate in Medical Laboratory Science, Certificate Highest Honors. Brianna Marie Miley, Certificate in Medical Laboratory Science, Certificate High Honors. Sarah Ann Mendel, Certificate in Medical Laboratory Science, Certificate Honors. Madison Ann Moody, Certificate in Medical Laboratory Science, Certificate High Honors. Madison May Rogers, Certificate in Medical Laboratory Science, Certificate Honors. Michelina Anna Rose Marie Weeks, Certificate in Medical Laboratory Science. Tanya Burgess, Paramedic Certificate. Andrew Wayne Graham, Paramedic Certificate. Robert E. Greener, Paramedic Certificate. Tanya L. Scarcello, Paramedic Certificate, Certificate Honors. Sarah Marie Turnbull, Paramedic Certificate, Certificate Highest Honors. President Leahy, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who complete the requirements for the Certificate in Medical Assisting, Medical Laboratory Science, and Paramedic. Congratulations to all these degree and certificate candidates.
President Leahy and members of the Board of Directors, on behalf of the faculty and myself, it is my privilege to present to you the following nursing degree candidates. First, please join me in congratulating the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Would these candidates please rise and make your way to the stage? Maida Abdick. Johannes Abraham. Magnum cum laude. Christina Atkins. Landon Albro. Jerica Lynn Anderson. Abdul Area, summa cum laude. Abraham Area, cum laude. Taylor Arnold. Sahi Azaged. Noah Abram Asgun. magna cum laude. Cynthia Ashetu. Michaela Askren, magna cum laude. Bright Atubra, Student Leadership Cord. Isabella Amelia Bacon, magna cum laude. Cassie Bayer. Elma Bejanovic. Amy Lynn Bidwell. Rebecca Jo Black. Laura Ann Blumenroder, magna cum laude. Ashton Lane Bloom, summa cum laude. Heather Lynn Brody. Jacqueline Deanne Brooklander. Elizabeth Grace Books. Erica Madeline Bruning, cum laude. Dallas Timothy Joe Cady. Mackenzie Carney, summa cum laude, Sigma Theta Tau, Service Learning Honor Cord. Emily Relay Capps. Taylor Marie Canny, cum laude. Cecilia Charia, summa cum laude. Riley Clayman. Molly Catherine Close, summa cum laude. Melinda Blaine Cross, summa cum laude, Clinical Award. Leah Davey. Sega Diab, cum laude. Aldajana Dezarevic. Sherry Dunlap Sindelar, Service Learning Magna Cum Laude Peer Mentor Award. Heather Durney, summa cum laude. Taylor Edwards. Grace Catherine Eischeid. Mary E. Lanwy. Habit Elias. Tate Ellsbury, summa cum laude. Lydia Sue Eastland. Marnie Ecken, summa cum laude. Kelsey Ann Florentine. Student Leadership Cord, Service Learning Honor Cord. Stacy Diane Fisher. Emily Fritzler, summa cum laude. Faith Gay. Tamay Garubo. Ria Jebalisi. Sydney Michael Graff, magna cum laude. Nicole Graham, summa cum laude. Savannah Harbach, cum laude. Dostin Michael Harrelson. Joshua Nathaniel Heim. Aaron James Hernandez, summa cum laude. Rachel Emma Harrington. Hannah Hesse. Jasmine Marjay Jackson. Caitlin B. Jeske. Rita Kashai. Rufiela Kalmar. John Kerr, magna cum laude. Nicole Elizabeth Cook. Jackson Ryan Kovacs, magna cum laude. Kelly Molly Koo. Emily Louise Lancel, sigma cum laude. Sigma Theta Tau. Sarah C. Lang, summa cum laude. Jordan Janice Lapole. Jessica Eve Leeds, summa cum laude, Service Learning Honor Cord. Diana Lichty. Michaela Rayanne Long, magna cum laude. Inez Celine Lopez. Lena Lee. Brenda Makota, summa cum laude. Leontine Krikonkini. Rachel Jane Malley, summa cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Mapes. Chastity Chuck-City Marquez. Erica Frances McCure. Quinn Marie McDermott, summa cum laude. Scarlett Rose Merrifield. Brittany Darlene Miller. Emily Kristan Miranda. Grace Gloria Morningstar, cum laude. Madison Ann Morris, cum laude clinical award. Laura Ankin Munkin, cum laude. Chelsea Tung. Chris Opera. Jasmine Owens, magna cum laude. Cameo L. Parker. Amanda Marie Phillips. Braulio Briglia Pinto. Lucas Anthony Peach. Sydney Elise Roche, cum laude. Christina K. Rhodes. Aubrey V. Richards. Lauren Margaret Roche. Destiny Leanne Rommel. Riley Ander Rutledge. Christian Salcido, summa cum laude. P.T. Brianna Solonga, summa cum laude. Jordan Ray Sandvig. Sydney Corey Sarver. Cody James Seville. Victoria Lynn Schaff. Nicole Lynn Zweifel Schmidt. Madison Ann Searcy. Marvin Clay Seaton. Caitlin Joe Shadle. Summa cum laude. Olivia Victoria Signor. Summa cum laude. Madison Slobnick. Lizette Somney. Christina Francesco Ramirez Soriano, cum laude. Carrie Stripling, cum laude. Mackenzie Taylor. Pamela Kaitni Tunai. Milan Salil Tefasarium. Savannah Thayer, magna cum laude. Michael M. Thomas. Caitlin Jane Thomason. Olivia Leanne Teets, cum laude. Tiffany Marie Tingle, magna cum laude. Shannon Renee Veach, summa cum laude. Tachika Capri White. Carly Wickham, cum laude. Philman Berhe Woldemarian, cum laude. Dylan Arlie Weger, summa cum laude. Madison Taylor Zeman, cum laude. Lindy Zambranen. President Leahy, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who complete the requirements for the Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. Next, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who complete the requirements for the Associate of Science in Nursing. Would these candidates please rise and make their way to the stage? Mackenzie Bisgrove. Sarah Michelle Blount. Molly Botorf. Kaylee Lene Ray Bradley. Elsa Sinji, high honors. Sarah Crank. Amy Marie DeRizo. Justina Don't. Pa Goshi. Beth Ann Gurman. Service Learning Honor Cord. Bakati Gurun. Don Maya Gurun. Brianne Hermosillo. Kaylee Elizabeth Mosseret. Highest honors, Peer Mentor Award, Service Learning Honor Cord. Adriana Marie Pearson, Service Learning Honor Cord. Mercy Jacqueline Searliff. Congratulations to all of our nursing degree candidates.
Okay, wow. Congratulations, everyone. Give yourselves a big hand. We're so proud of all of you. President Leahy and members of the Board of Directors, in the name of the faculty for these baccalaureate, associate, and certificate candidates, I now ask that you confer upon these students the degree and certificate which they have earned.
Thank you, Dr. Kurtz, Dr. Marr, Dr. Williard, for your service to our students and to the college. Students, family, friends, and members of our Board of Directors, thank you for your presence this evening. We are thrilled to be able to gather together to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of our students. Congratulations again to Rhonda Heim, our Catherine McCauley Award winner. We're glad to be able to recognize you at long last. Dylan and Sarah, thank you for your time you took to crafting your reflections and presenting them to your fellow students. Dr. Deming, it is an honor to have you here with us this evening. As a Des Moines native myself, I've been fortunate to observe your lasting impact on patients, the community, and your commitment to our core values. Graduates, this is your night. Your hard work and dedication and your triumphs over the course of your enrollment have brought you here to this stage. We offer our heartfelt congratulations to all of you for all that you've accomplished, and we know you will do great things in the future. Never forget your college experiences, and always remember those who have stood with you along the way. As a Mercy College graduate, you will serve and lead in the healthcare community and give selflessly for the care and healing of the most vulnerable. Your time at Mercy College has prepared you for this calling. I look forward to hearing your stories of success, and I am proud to call you a Mercy College graduate. Wherever life's journey takes you, you will always be in our prayers, and you will always be a member of our college community. Now, by the authority vested in me as president of Mercy College of Health Sciences, and on behalf of the Board of Directors and faculty, I solemnly and publicly confer upon you the degree or certificate recommended with all its rights and privileges and remind you of its responsibilities. Graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your cap. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Leahy. We now come to the conclusion of the 121st commencement exercise. In the 123rd year of Mercy Colleges of Health Sciences, Class of 2022, on behalf of the Board of Directors, faculty, staff, congratulations. We wish you good fortune and abundance of God's grace as you go forward. Our 2022 commencement exercise will now conclude with a benediction provided by Father George. Afterward, the platform party and the faculty will process out, followed by the graduates. Guests, please remain seated until these individuals have departed. Thank you for your presence tonight. Graduates, congratulations once again. Go forth and make Mercy College proud. Thank you.
Please stand. Let us unite our hearts in prayer and entrust to the hands of the Lord those who have graduated today. May God, who began this good work in you, carry it through to the completion, enabling you to use your talents to the fullest. May God give you grace to make wise choices and to be faithful to your commitments, always confident in support of those who love you. May God bless you with discomfort at easy answers, have truths and superficial relationships, so that you will live deep within your hearts. May God bless you with anger of injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people, so that you will work for justice, equality, and peace. May God bless you with tears to shed for those who suffer from pain, rejection, starvation, and war, so that you will reach out your hands to comfort them and change their pain into joy. May God bless you with the foolishness to think that you can make a difference in the world, so that you will do the things which others tell you cannot be done. And may your integrity be a gift to the world, and may the Spirit of God be with you always.